It's Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. Doing a little bit of traveling today. Hope that the audio sounds okay. It's a little bit windy where I'm at. But I wanted to shoot a quick video, check in with everybody. So much happening. You know, I was talking to a very, very old friend of mine yesterday. And this is somebody I've known for over 30 years. And what I find amazing is it's another example of these people that we have tried to wake up and try to warn years ago. This is somebody that I tried to wake up and warn a couple years ago. And as many of you have experienced the same thing, these people a couple years ago, it went in one ear and out the other. People thought that where we're at today could never happen, and now these same people are calling you, they're calling me, and they're very worried. They're very concerned about what's happening. They're concerned about their safety and security. They're concerned about what's happening financially. And again, these are the same people we tried to wake up 2-3 years ago, and it went on deaf ears. But this friend of mine called, very concerned about his personal security, what he should do. And, you know, it's very hard for me to feel sorry for some people because why were they not listening a couple years ago? And these will be the same people who come to your house begging you for a place to sleep. They're going to be the same people begging you for some food, some water. They're going to be the same people asking for your help, asking you to save them. Because the more I read about the crisis, the financial crisis we see beginning to take place here in America, the eviction moratorium, the forbearance expiration, the amount of homeless we're seeing, the job losses, it's endless. We are seeing a time worse than the Great Depression in America. And now these same people who laughed at us just a year or two ago are now getting very, very worried. And I'm not telling any of you to turn your back on these people or not to help. Those are choices you're going to have to make. But there are people that you and I know that will go homeless. There are people that you and I know that once laughed and ridiculed us, judged us, thought that we were just being fools. These are going to be the people who come knocking at your door. But many people still believe everything is okay. Dow Jones up 337 points today, but gold was up around $25, $28. Silver up around 60 cents today. So that's sending a message that the markets may be going up, but there are big concerns out there, and there is a flight to safety. As I see gold and silver surging today, obviously there is great concern about what is happening economically around the world, and we are seeing people and other entities turning to precious metals for safety. And I believe that we're going to see a period in our lifetime where gold is not just going to go up $10, $20, $30, $40 a day. We're going to see gold go up $100 a day, $200 a day, maybe $300 a day. We're going to see silver go up $5 or $10 a day. Don't rule this out. You know, the people that laughed about what I was saying 2 or 3 years ago are the same people calling me, asking me for advice, asking me for help. And I'm telling you today, I believe that we are all going to witness that day coming right here in America, where we're going to see gold going up over $100 a day and silver going up $5 or $10 a day. CNBC today, second $1,200 stimulus checks are not in the new $900 billion relief proposal. Some are calling for that to change. Relief, stimulus, it's coming. And I believe it's going to be much more than $908 billion, but it's not going to be enough. And this is why I'm telling all of you to make sure that you have precious metals like gold and silver. I don't give financial advice. I'm sharing with you what I'm doing because I'm going to bet against the debt. I'm going to bet against the money printing. I'm going to bet against the US dollar because we are destroying it. And I just can't go along with it and say you should save all your cash for a rainy day. I think you should have some cash put away, but with this much money printing, as Ray Dalio said not that long ago, cash is trash, and it's going to turn out that he was right, because cash is going to be trash when we're printing it to infinity like this. Extra unemployment benefits may be delayed for weeks, even if Congress passes bill. Also on CNBC, there is just so much concern out there about how people are going to survive at this point. Being able to eat, being able to put a roof over their head, being able to pay their bills. People cannot wait. Things cannot be delayed. People are in big, big trouble right now. But again, we can continue to give unemployment extensions to people. We can continue to give $1,200 checks here and there to people. But is that really going to fix the problem? The problem is people don't have jobs. People don't have opportunity. America is not manufacturing. It is not making things. It is not putting people to work. And this is going to be a big trouble. This is going to be big trouble down the road here for America, because America cannot just give people free money forever. We've got to start creating opportunity and real jobs in America, or we're going to be in very, very big trouble here. I read a really interesting article on The Hedge today by Doug Casey on what happens when the suspension of evictions ends. And I've talked about this many times, and I cannot believe, well, I guess I can believe, but every time I turn on the television, I just hear how great things are. Of course, as we were traveling today, I didn't get to watch too much news, but I'm sure that all the business channels were just enamored with another 337 points on the Dow, not talking about the last 853 job losses, the 40 million people on unemployment, the lack of jobs, the lack of opportunity, and the massive wealth gap in America. Nobody talks about that. They just talk about this this stock market that is so detached from reality and detached from the American people. Currently, 18 million Americans are currently behind on their mortgage or rent payment. Just as with the financial markets, the government has no alternative but to do something. They will have to print more money to keep the rotten house of cards from collapsing on itself, Mr. Doug Casey says. And if this isn't more reason why you should be betting against the debt, why you need to be purchasing precious metals to protect your wealth, protect yourself, I don't know what is. The politicians are talking about increasing the next stimulus, not to $908 billion, but to over $3 trillion. I continue to buy physical metals. I'm continuing to buy mining stocks. I'm putting a little bit of cash away, an emergency fund. But, you know, when you see this kind of debt creation and this kind of money printing and destruction to the U.S. dollar, there is no doubt that this is going to end very, very, very badly for the U.S. economy. It's going to end very, very badly for the U.S. dollar. 11 million renters and 4 to 5 million mortgages are now in forbearance. People will begin to get kicked out of their homes and apartments January 1st. If there is not some type of huge bailout, you have to ask yourself, then where are all these people going to go? The evictions have already started. They're already doing all the paperwork. It's already being processed, but nothing can be done until after or till the beginning of January 1st. The eviction moratorium ends at the end of this month. These landlords are already filing evictions, and they will be processed beginning on the 1st. So where are these people going to go if there's not a giant bailout? The longer the government kicks the can down the road, the bigger the inevitable bust will be, Doug Casey says. The government will be subsidizing banks, landlords, and utility companies because you can't live in an apartment or a house without water or electricity. The government will not have enough money to keep up with the bare essentials, such as maintenance on millions of buildings across America, which are suffering from deferred maintenance. Looking at bridges, roads, etc., things are just falling apart in America. Where is the government going to get the money other than just continuing to print it to the moon? And what is this going to do? This is going to continue to increase inflation to a point to where I believe we're going to see hyperinflation in America. No one is talking about how to cover real estate taxes due to all of these properties. Many local governments are already bankrupt, and expenses are going up while tax income is collapsing. You know, I ask myself that every day as I drive through my area and I look at all these vacant buildings. Where are all these cities and these states going to get the tax revenue? The whole country has painted itself into a corner. They will print more money to get out of it, but it will just worsen the collapse. You know, printing all this money got us into it, and they believe the solution is printing more money. It's going to make this collapse much, much worse, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching restaurants, retail, and the travel industry get destroyed right before our very eyes. We have way too many businesses failing at one time. This makes it much harder to recover. You know, if we were just losing a few businesses here and there, in a healthy economy, new ones would come in and replace them. But as Doug says, the economy is like the human body. If you burn your finger, you will recover. The body will recover. But if you burn half your body, 50, 60, 70% of your body, more than likely, you will not recover. Your body will die. And we are watching this economy die right before our very eyes as we're watching small, medium businesses just being slaughtered, as we're watching the big corporations, the big boys come in and just destroy the competition while they remain open. So as I'm out here this evening talking to all of you, I'm just pondering what this is going to look like in 2021 and beyond. How much damage has already been done? How much of the body has already been burned? And can we survive? Will we recover? I don't have the answer. I pray to God that we do. My heart goes out to any small business owner out there in America, restaurant owner. It's just horrific what has been done to you. But right now, I'm in survival mode. I'm putting some cash away. I'm buying precious metals, gold, silver. I'm buying mining stocks. I'm doing whatever I can to detach the best I can out of the system. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. Make sure that you're protecting yourself. You know, we are going to continue to see more vacant buildings, more vacant businesses. We're going to see a housing crash, no doubt, in America. You need to be betting against this debt. You need to be betting against the US dollar, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but they are going to destroy it. They are collapsing it right now. And I think for people out there not to see this, it's very, very foolish. So make sure you're betting against the debt. Make sure that you're betting against this collapsing US dollar. Make sure that you have precious metals. I have a link down below, SD Bullion. If you're interested in purchasing metals, people continue to ask me where I buy my metals from. SD Bullion. I don't care where you buy them from. I don't care if you buy them at all. That's up to you. I'm sharing with you my belief and what I'm doing, what I think that smart people should be doing, what people should be doing to protect their wealth, and that's buying gold and silver. So check out the link down below, SD Bullion. They've been a fantastic company to deal with, and I think that you'll have very good results with them also. But again, I don't care where you buy them. I think you should have some. Be diversified. Be getting out of this system. It may be cryptos, precious metals. It may be getting your money out of these banks. It may be owning a piece of property that you can get to. It may be being more self-reliant. It may be having more of a skill set. All I know is this: I don't have the answers to everything, and there's just a lot of unknown out there, and nobody really knows what tomorrow's going to bring. But what we do know throughout history, what it has taught us is no paper fiat currency has ever lasted. And you cannot print money to infinity without destroying a currency, without causing inflation or hyperinflation. We know that gold and silver has been around over 5,000 years. There is not anyone anywhere in the world that does not recognize what gold and silver is. It is true money. It is God's money. It can be converted into any currency. So make sure that you have some. You may have a lot of cryptos. That's wonderful. You may have stocks. That's wonderful until it isn't. You better have some precious metals. So be diversified, be your own asset, bet against the debt, and be aware and awake that there is a lot of uncertainty out there, and that we can print all the money in the world, but it is not going to get us out of this problem. It is going to make the collapse much, much worse. So be prepared. We are all going to experience the collapse. It's already begun. We're in a depression right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to tell you about how many millions of people are at food banks now, waiting in these long lines for food. How many people, millions of people are out of work. How many millions of people dependent on a stimulus check, dependent on an unemployment check. Millions of people now just, dependent on the government. I see people all over California wandering the streets, sleeping in tents and boxes. This is not heading in a very positive direction if you haven't noticed. So protect yourself, protect your family, make sure you have security financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You need to be protecting yourself. I'm going to leave it there. Have a wonderful evening. Talk to you all very, very soon. God bless.